Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. According to U.S. and Microsoft officials, a company in China has hacked more than 24 organizations, including U.S. government agencies. Hackers took advantage of a security weakness in its cloud computing environment. The State Department was one of the agencies compromised, but those weaknesses have since been mitigated. This cyber attack has officials concerned that potentially valuable information belonging to the U.S. government has been compromised. Beijing has long been seen as a top cyber espionage threat. The United States government has been alarmed for years at the success of groups within China regarding their ability to compromise military targets and defense contractors to steal advanced military technology. China has routinely denied hacking any U.S. organizations. Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich continues to languish in a Russian prison 100 days since being arrested on espionage charges by Russian secret police. President Biden spoke to his parents recently and promised to do whatever it takes to gain his freedom. On Friday, the White House National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, confirmed that U.S. officials have been in contact with their Russian counterparts to discuss Evan's release. Discussions regarding a prisoner swap have taken place, but nothing concrete has materialized. Gershkovich has pleaded not guilty to the charges. He faces up to 20 years in prison if he is convicted. CNBC completed its America's Top States for Business 2023 ranking. The states are scored across 10 broad categories using 86 different metrics. The categories are workforce, infrastructure, economy, life, health and inclusion, cost of doing business, tech and innovation, business friendliness, education, access to capital, and cost of living. The number one overall state was North Carolina. Massachusetts grabbed the 15th overall spot. Among the categories, Mass was first in tech and innovation, third in education, and third in access to capital. Massachusetts was 49th in cost of doing business and 47th in cost of living. Massachusetts was also 24th overall in the 2022 ranking. 2 days after the devastating floods that hit the Northeast this week, rescues continue in the state of Vermont. A federal emergency was declared in the state on Tuesday as homes and businesses were surrounded by water in several cities. According to Vermont's Commissioner of Public Safety, swift water teams are still actively rescuing people who are trapped in their homes due to raised waters. Upcoming forecasts predict more rainfall in New England this weekend, including all of Vermont, which already endured record-breaking flooding on Monday and Tuesday. Rainfall rates of up to 1.5 inches per hour are possible across the region, with some areas possibly getting 3 per hour. Astronomy enthusiasts in 17 states around the country, including New Hampshire and Maine, are gearing up for the possibility of seeing the vibrant northern lights this week. While it isn't a sure bet on the seacoast and southern Maine, as experts say weather conditions and latitudinal positioning could get in the way. According to the Geophysical Institute at the University of Alaska at Fairbanks, several states including Maine, New Hampshire, New York, and Vermont are predicted to potentially have views of the auroral event on Thursday night. The northern lights, also known as aurora borealis, are best seen between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Attention! Attention!
What's going on?
It's summer reading time!
Woohoo!
Build it!
Create it!
Unleash it! Express it!
Free it!
Find your voice this summer at your library with reading programs for children, teens, and adults.
Welcome back. On Tuesday, the Braintree Planning Board discussed a number of topics at their meeting at Town Hall. A site plan review was on the agenda for the new Braintree Fire Station. Architects from Context Architecture and the civil engineer overseeing the project were in attendance to go over the newly released blueprints of the site. Here's more from the project engineer.
My name is Nathan Ketchell. I am the civil engineer, or one of the civil engineers on the project. I also have with me Fire Chief James O'Brien, project manager Stephen Kirby, architect Ellen Light, and landscape architect Amy Foster. I guess I'll go right into what's going on here. As Connor had indicated, this is the renovation and addition to the Braintree Fire Headquarters project. It is located on the corner of Union Place and Tenney Road. Right now it is developed as the town's fire station, with the building on the northern portion of the lot, parking down to the south on the main parcel, and then also the commonly owned lot.
Also during the meeting, the Planning Board discussed zoning possibilities for breweries in the town. There are currently 2 breweries in Braintree, but there wasn't discussion of any new breweries coming in the near future. Planning Board Chair Melissa Santucci Rossi did some research on where a brewery could be placed within Braintree. Here's more from Santucci Rossi.
The memo continues to go over in a little more detail than we have in the past. The definitions that we're looking to add, and again, that is for the production studio, for the brewery with tap room, the brewery production use, and then also the function and conference facility use. So the report is structured to show the proposed definition. Then I've included an excerpt from the use table highlighting the districts. So the production studio would be allowed by right in highway business and commercial. And then the brewery with tap room would be allowed by right in highway business and commercial, and by a special permit in the general business and the landing. And then the brewery production, which really wouldn't have that kind of taproom element, would be allowed by right in highway business and commercial. And then we have the corresponding parking requirements as well. And then we have the function conference facility, which again, looking at the table, would be by special permit in highway business and also in commercial, with a parking requirement to be set by the board. And we've actually had some recent interest in somebody looking to do a restaurant function facility here in the community.
Historic New England, in partnership with their public library and the Braintree Parks and Recs Department, are introducing a new 4-week program for kids called Arts in the Park. Starting next week on Monday, July 17th, the first program, The Dot, will start at 10 a.m. at the Highlands Community Playground, where kids will have story time, crafts, and a story walk. If it rains, the program will move to the children's room at the Thayer Public Library. If you can't make it to the first event, there are 3 more events that will be hosted by the program in the coming weeks. As of July 1st, those looking to recycle mattresses or box springs are now required to call Capital Waste before pickup. Due to post-COVID safety and new state disposal requirements, residents must bag the mattress they are throwing away. Bagging is to ensure more sanitary handling and protecting mattresses from foul weather issues. Braintree residents are entitled to a discounted bag cost of $5 per bag, and bags are available in queen and king sizes. For those hoping to purchase a mattress sanitary bag, you can buy them at the Braintree Town Hall Treasurer's Office, Water and Sewer Offices, 85 Quincy Ave, and Richmond Hardware. Always check the store you purchase your mattresses from and appliances from for free disposable options. For any questions about mattress recycling, head to braintreema.gov/recycling. Braintree town officials announced the return of two beloved summer events for 2023, Party in the Park and Summer Movie Nights. The final Party in the Park event will take place from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on July 19th. The event is free of charge and food and entertainment will be provided. In the event of inclement weather, parties will be held the following evening. Summer Movie Nights takes place at French's Common next to Braintree Town Hall. The final movie will be shown on July 20th and is free of charge. The event will include pre-movie entertainment beginning at 6 p.m. and the movie beginning at dusk. Residents are invited to bring blankets and chairs. Buck-a-bye concessions will also be available. In the event of inclement weather, there will be no pre-movie entertainment and the movie will be shown in the Town Hall Auditorium at 8 p.m. As of June 27th, the Nelson Chin Summer Concert Series at Sunset Lake are back for its 2023 season. The concert series are sponsored by Mayor Charles Kokoris and the Braintree Electric Light Department. Every Tuesday until August 8th, a new band will be featured at the gazebo on Sunset Lake starting at 6 p.m. Curra's Fancy, Studio 2, and Gainesville Road already took the stage at the gazebo, but no worries, this upcoming Tuesday, July 18th, you can catch the Beatles tribute band Forever Fab. BCAM TV will be covering the Nelson Chin Summer Concert Series, so just tune in to our public channels Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28, or Verizon HD Channel 2128. You can also see it all on youtube.com/bcamtv or our website bcam.tv. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. After more than 24 hours of deliberations over the span of 6 days, jurors in the Emmanuel Lopez double murder trial sent a note saying they were deadlocked. Dedham Superior Court Judge Beverly Cannon brought the jurors back into the courtroom and said, quote, "Your service has been completed. I'm declaring a mistrial," end quote. 25-year-old Lopez of Brockton is charged with killing Weymouth Police Sergeant Michael Chesna and Weymouth resident Vera Adams. With the mistrial being declared, Lopez will face a new trial and a date has yet to be determined. In other news, the finishing touches of the massive new $250 million makeover of Gillette Stadium's scoreboard will be completed before tailgating begins on September 10th. Patriots officials gave a sneak peek into the new project that will fully enclose the last open part of the stadium. At 22,000 square feet, the new scoreboard has been deemed as the largest outdoor stadium video board in the country. Added to the new section will be food and beverage options, a 60 by 370-foot video scoreboard, plus a 22-story lighthouse with an observation deck offering views of both Boston and Providence. Details on ticketing are still being worked out, but the lighthouse observation deck is being built as a year-round tourist attraction. Peaceful Meadows Ice Cream in Whitman is closing down after 61 years. Peaceful Meadows began as a farm in 1920. William and Nelia Hogg opened their ice cream shop there in 1962. J.J. Manning Auctioneers posted a notice of the sale to its Facebook page this week and said the decision to sell was a willing move on the part of its longtime owners. 4 parcels with a combined value of $1.8 million will be up for sale individually or as a group. The property includes the business itself at 94 Bedford Street, 55 plus acres of farmland, a single-family home at 67 Bedford Street, and a 2-family home at 81 Bedford Street. The business and the surrounding land is set to be auctioned off at the end of August, but will remain open through the end of the next month. The temperature reached over 90 degrees last week, which makes for great beach weather. But beachgoers need to keep an eye on which beaches they're headed to this year, as beaches up and down the South Shore were flagged for unsafe levels of bacteria after water was tested this past week. South Shore beaches affected include Chickatawbit and Fire Station beaches in Quincy, Duxbury's Landing Road and West End beaches, Green Harbor in Marshfield, Houghton's Pond in Milton, and Martin's Cove and North beaches in Hingham. While the beaches are enclosed, there are signs posted that indicate swimming is unsafe and may cause illness. Regardless of the increase in bacteria levels, a new report from Stacker.com names a local city the second best beach town in the Bay State. That's right, Quincy made it to number 2 on the list, just behind the town of Eastham. The rankings were based on factors including the number of beaches, the amount of shoreline, access to beach-related services, and median home values. Some Cape Cod fanatics may debate Quincy's second-place honor, but the city's 27 miles of shoreline provide plenty of spots where beachgoers can enjoy the sun, sand, and won't have to drive down Route 3. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First in entertainment, Sound of Freedom revolves around a federal agent who, after rescuing a boy from ruthless child traffickers, learns the boy's sister is still being held captive. The agent decides to embark on a dangerous mission to save her. With time running out, he quits his job and journeys deep into the Colombian jungle, putting his life on the line to free her from a fate worse than death. Incidents that occur in the film are inspired by the real-life endeavors of a man named Tim Ballard. You can watch Sound of Freedom now only in theaters. Next up in entertainment, Insidious: The Red Door is a direct sequel to the 2013 film Insidious Chapter 2. The film begins with Josh Lambert, who is heading east to drop his son Dalton off at school. However, Dalton's college dream soon becomes a living nightmare when the repressed demons of his past suddenly return to haunt them both. The film is directed by and stars Patrick Wilson. You can watch Insidious: The Red Door now only in theaters. Finally, in entertainment, Run Rabbit Run focuses on a fertility doctor who believes firmly in life and death. But after noticing the strange behavior of her young daughter, she must challenge her own values and confront a ghost from her past. The film stars Sarah Snook, and you can watch Run Rabbit Run now only on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.